10 pool. I mean, there might be other things that are pretty bad too, but that's the build this is meant to counter from the Protoss player, essentially. This is not a good map for it trying to defend the 10 pool either, because you still have a relatively large ramp. If, say, we were talking about let me think of a map that does this. Secret Spring. If we were on Secret Spring, in theory, you would be able to wall off both bases with a pylon, a gateway, and a second pylon. So, and he didn't even scout either. Wow, stats is really gonna be hurting in a moment. Sue is going to see the Nexus, and he's just gonna go straight for the main for now. He wants to get as much damage as possible. I think this is the right choice, so long as he doesn't lose too many lings. He just kills a couple probes, pulls out, and then goes and kills the what's it called? Nexus. I mean, by letting the Nexus finish, he kind of guarantees himself 400 minerals instead of 100 minerals. He's also costing some mining time. He kills the probe, and at this point, I mean, he would probably be content to just go kill the natural now. He's gonna keep trading for probes for now. It's not bad on the micro from Stats. Stats gets the surround on the lings with a nice mineral walk, and it's not gonna get him too many lings. I don't know what Stats is gonna do from this point. Is speed on the way? There is no speed, so he doesn't have to worry about that. But there are still 3 lings here. That's not enough to kill that Nexus, but there are these guys over here, which it doesn't want to show me how many there are because patch. So, like, I could sit here and count it, but I think you guys don't care that much. He does kill another ling with the help of a zealot. He has a zealot and probe chasing. This is kind of the well, a zealot and a probe is kind of what you want to be using for this, because the probe does an extra attack for the zealot. So basically it's kind of like having 2 zealots attack wise, but it doesn't have nearly the shielding by any means whatsoever, and it attacks slower, but you know. Anyways, these lings are gonna start working on this natural, and with these 2, well, Sue is paying attention, or Stats is paying attention to Sue's annoyance now, so he's gonna have to rethink how he approaches this. Gonna go for a surround on the zealot now, I believe, but
Senator, you have a challenger in the chat.
oh wow. Interesting. Irony that I should mention that my cousin was, what did I say about him earlier on stream? Oh, I was talking about cheese. And learning what cheese was. Anyways, stats is going to, survive for now. His economy is kind of hurting at this point. He's on 15-ish probes. Meanwhile, Sue has a couple drones on him, so it's kind of even, actually, once everything is all said and done. So I mean the primary difference, I would say, is that actually no, that is the queen. No, everything is even. They're on 6 army, 18 workers. Sue has a little bit more money. That's it.
Theoretically, we could just cast the replay next week or something, but...
Yeah, we could. What? I don't understand.
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting what, Anyways, Sue is now up in workers, as Zerg usually will explode with the Queen injects. Actually, now that I think about it, Stats lost 2 chrono boosts to 2 zealots at the beginning, so his economy should have been technically ahead, not even. So that initial Ling aggression did do some minor damage. It wasn't like perfectly break even. There was a slight lead for Sue that I didn't think about. Anyway, Sue is now going to take his third. Creep spread has started from the natural. Overlord is going to turn around as it's been spotted before it gets into any real decent position. Going to try with his Lings, realizing that that route is not available. And seeing the Zealot, he will turn around there as well. Or more like seeing the wall complete with the Zealot on hold position. If the Zealots had been out of position, Sue could have gotten scouting, but that was unlikely to be the case. Stargate is done, and it is producing an Oracle. So, that's probably just going to be for scouting. I don't think Stats is really... Well, actually, there are no score callers up yet. But with the Queens, I don't think he's going to get much done. I mean, he can still get some. But I think it's mostly for scouting. As it is quite late to be aggressive. Yeah. There it is, nearly finished for Sue, and he's gonna start moving his... he's going to take some more map control. Basically, what he's looking for right now with his Lings are proxy pylons, because this is about the time where a Protoss that gateway opens with a gateway. If he's gonna do any aggression to shut down the third, that pylon would be going down, or already be down by now, and so then he can hope to stop it before the second warp in. Basically, one warp in, not that bad. Hopefully, you get there before that first warp in, but definitely before that second warp in, because then that's where Protoss will have enough to sort of deal with a light amount of Lings, and you'll have to stop droning in order to deal with it. Or alternatively, the other problem is that there might be a mothership core over there for a simple recall after taking down as many of your Lings, and you just don't get anything out of it other than the pylon. So, I mean, essentially, you really want to get that before that second pylon. Regardless, this Oracle will find itself some kills, as the Queen was not quite in position. The second Queen from the natural is going to come back over and force it away. I mean, that wasn't even really a matter